In this video, we will recall the essential elements of CloudOps that a CloudOps engineer need to recognize in order to be able to productively contribute in the enterprise. Let's try to identify certain critical set of factors that need to be considered by CloudOps engineer. To start with, first task is to identify delivery models, because delivery models needs assessing the right requirement, defining the right strategy, and then coming up with placement strategy on existing multi-cloud or hybrid environments. Second is to identify the right deployment models. You'll find that a cloud deployment models is defined according to where the infrastructure for the deployment is present and who has the control over the infrastructure. Depending on the infrastructure, it becomes easy for CloudOps engineer to decide the right deployment models. Third is identifying and setting up the right cloud operations, which involves identifying the practice and activities that are related to deliver and optimize IT services and workloads that's going to be placed on multi or hybrid cloud. Now we'll dig into critical elements of delivery model, deployment model, and cloud services that need to be integrated together to derive a cloud ops practice. As the diagram indicates, we have divided it into three essential segments. At the top, we are talking about the critical elements which need to be managed. First is the business process, second is software, third is platform, and fourth is infrastructure. These four components will help us to derive the right delivery models. Next is the deployment models, where you have private cloud, public cloud, as well as community cloud. You can also have a setup of multi-cloud, which will be combination of multiple public clouds. Next is to identify the processes which you need to focus on in order to set up the right cloud ops environments to deliver solutions. It starts with consolidation of assets, using metering and billing for cost estimation, implementing self-service features, adopting right standards, utilizing elasticity and scalability of cloud by implementing scalable pool, utilizing virtualization and service automation, and finally deriving a ubiquitous access in order to ensure that all the components of cloud ops are aggregated together to provide a unified process to manage critical deployments. Now we need to understand what to manage in CloudOps. That is, we will derive the essential elements that need to be continuously managed by CloudOps practitioner to ensure optimized service delivery. It starts with supporting application development environment that should be enabled by cloud infrastructure, and it should be driven by efficiency in the application platform. Second is to manage DevOps platforms and the tool chains that are adopted. You'll find that the application platform is where the individual APIs converted by cloud providers are collected and transformed into a cohesive platform service. You need to take care of those services which represents platform, and apart from that you need to also integrate various different tool chains that helps to implement DevOps lifecycle. Third, you need to focus on managing unified infrastructures, which is at the bottom of the technology stack. You'll find that infrastructure is where physical hardware need to be converted into APIs so that you can integrate multi-cloud environments. And finally, focus on identifying the right metrics for monitoring and optimization. After identifying what need to be managed, let's try to understand what is responsibility of CloudOps engineer. First is to recognize all the essential business impact and technical requirements in order to set up CloudOps principle. We need to also focus on transfer of knowledge in order to build a collaborative team with unified goal. Third, as a CloudOps engineer, we need to also take responsibility to build, operate, and transfer undifferentiated value to our customers. And finally, we need to focus on analyzing existing systems in the technology stack and come up with list of recommendations that need to be adopted by enterprises. So after identifying all the elements of CloudOps, we'll be able to identify the right delivery model, deployment model, as well as an approach of managing cloud operations in multi-cloud environment as a CloudOps engineer.